Pokemon Attack of Mewtwo by Dark Lemur. Sarah is become Pokemon trainer, but then she gets attached by Mewtwo. My first story, please review.
Chapter 1. This is dark fic. It has many dark themes and death and villains. Do not read unless you want to. ... Wake up, Sarah, said Sarah's mom. Sarah was Pokemon trainer who was 13 years old with black hair and nice smile and really pretty. Okay, Mom, said Sarah, and she remembered that she was old enough for Pokemon Journey because Pokemon League changed age that trainers could leave home, and Sarah went to see Professor Oak. Hi, Oak, said Sarah, and Oak told Sarah that he had only one Pokemon left.
It is Eevee,
said Oak, and Sarah said it was her favorite, and Oak gave her Pokeball, and Sarah let Pokemon out. Eevee, said the Eevee. It is so kawaii, said Sarah. It is Japanese for cute, okay? Sarah walked out of laboratory, and suddenly Mewtwo! Who are you? Asked Sarah.
I am Mewtwo, and I hate Pokemon trainers, and I will explode Oak's laboratory so that no one can be trainer!
No, said Sarah. Why do you want to explode lab?
Because humans are evil!
Sad Mewtwo. No, Mewtwo, you are evil, said Sarah, and then Mewtwo blew up lab anyway. No, said Sarah, and saw Oak was dead and was Gary. No, why did you do this, Mewtwo? You are evil, said Sarah.
Shut up or I explode your head!
Said Mewtwo, but Sarah not listen, and Mewtwo shot Sishik at her.
Now she is dead,
said Mewtwo, and flew away, but Sarah was not dead and blacked out, and so was Eve. Then Sarah woke up and saw that Mewtwo was gone and was sad and sad. Mewtwo, I will take revenge on you for exploding Oak's lab, and decided to train Eevee to become stranger than Mewtwo, even though Mewtwo was legendary and so her Pokemon journey begun.
Chapter 2.
Thanks for reviews, everyone. The reason Sarah got Eevee is because Oak was breeding them, okay? And Mewtwo has a god reason for acting OOC, okay? Here is next chapter.
Sarah was tired and angry and sad and trained hard to defeat Mewtwo. Eve was getting stronger, BC she was fighting wild Pokemon and doing good. Then a trainer. Hey, do you want to battle?
Sure!
The other trainer was hot and looked like 13-year-old Zac Efron. Other trainer said, Go Ralts! And there was Ralts.
What Pokemon is that?
Ralts? Said the other trainer that was fighting Sarah. And Ralts saw that Sarah was a nice person because it read her emotions like nice book but still wanted to fight her. Ralts, confusion! Said boy trainer.
Eevee, dodge and tackle!
Said Sarah, and Eevee dodged confusion and used tackle. Ralts, use confusion! Said trainer, and Eevee didn't dodge it this time. Sarah told Eevee to use tackle, and Eevee did, and Eevee got critical hit. Ralts, return! Said other trainer. You're good.
So are you,
said Sarah. I am Jake, said trainer.
I am Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh, I had forgotten Mewtwo explored Oak's lab,
she said. Oak's lab? No! Replied Jake. Why you not tell me this?
Because I am trained to defeat Mewtwo, silly.
Yelled Sarah. Mewtwo is legendary. You can't fight him on your own. You will need help. Let me join you.
Okay,
said Sarah. We should catch Pokemon, said Lake, and they saw some Pokemon and they caught them. Suddenly, Mewtwo teleported there. You again? Said Mewtwo. I thought I killed you along with Razorlab. Sarah and Jake were scarred because their Pokemon were weakened and Mewtwo was strong and smart and tough. Mewtwo raised hand, but then another Mewtwo appeared,
What?
said Sarah. What? Said Jake. What? Said the first Mewtwo. The new Mewtwo looked at other Mewtwo and said, You have killed humans and ruined my good name. You will pay. Pause for emphasis. Pause for more emphasis. Clone!
Dun dun dun! Chapter 3. Because of confusing, evil Mewtwo will be called Mew3 from now on, and I know now the total doesn't make sense, but too bad! Wow, use some periods. Okay.
Use new paragraphs when you start talking. Jeez.
It's just like Mewtwo and Mew3 faxed each other. Mewtwo shoots shadow balls at Mew3, and Mew3 dodged balls and laughed.
You are inferior, Clone Mewtwo. Now I kill you for trying to stop me from wiping out human race. Ha! Who are you?
Asked Mewtwo.
I am Mewtwo, and humans made me from your genetics, but I hate humans. No!
Shouted Mewtwo.
How dare they use my genetics? It's my genetic, not yours!
Suddenly a clone army came from behind Mew3. It is the attack of the clones, said Sarah, and Mewtwo teleported them to O-Lab.
Where is this?
Asked Jake.
I once tried to kill humans too,
said Mewtwo.
but now I use my science for good. I cannot fight Clone Army alone. You must help me!
Mewtwo used genetics on their Pokemon, and they evolved and become stronger than normal Pokemon, except for Sarah's Eevee, which could evolve into any evolution whenever she wanted, then turn back the Eevee was also pink and blue instead of brown and white.
No, you are ready to fight Mewtwo,
said Mewtwo, and then Jake turned on television and saw that the clone army was already killing humans, and Jake was mad.
We have to stop the clones,
said Jake, and Mewtwo teleported them to the city where the clone Pokemon were attacking, but Mewtwo wasn't there, and it made them mad. Holy crap!
I will find Mewtwo,
said Mewtwo, and Mewtwo teleported and left them to fight clones all on their own, but the trainers were ready. Let's go! Let's go! Shouted an unidentified person, and hoped they were god enough to stop clones. Author's note. By the way, the Attack of the Clones thing is a pun on Star Wars, if you didn't know. No, I'm not troll, I'm human. And if you don't like, don't read. If you flame, that just means you're just jealous. Otherwise, thanks for review, and thanks for all the wonderful punctuation you have, girl.
Chapter 4.
Alright, here's the author's note. I know I'm not very good at spelling, but I don't think matters. You can still understand me, right? Besides, English not first language. Also, I have not played Pokemon games, so I don't know how to spell certain moves, okay? But like I said, it don't matter, and...
Sarah and Jake find themselves in Saffron City and saw clones everywhere. They're everywhere, said Jake.
Don't worry,
said Sarah, and then Eevee turned into an Umbreon, but it was still pink. Mewtwo ordered the clones to attack, and they started to blow buildings. No! There are people in there! Said Jake. Galad, go! Then Galade came out. It was blue and white and shiny. Psycho Cut, ordered Jake, and then the Galade used Psycho Cut, which hurt a wheezing clone. Then a Charizard started to breathe fire at them, but Eevee turned into Vaporeon to stop it. Then it used Hydro Pimp. Then more clones came and Eevee changed to stop them, but there were too many of them. There are too many of them, said Jake. And then they sent out a bunch of other Pokemon and they started to do well against clones, but there were still too many. Then Sarah J looked up in the sky and saw someone with purple hair riding on a Garchomp. It was Paul. Leave her alone, you damn clones, said Paul, and he sent out a bunch of Pokemon and beat up the rest of the clones.
Like, oh my gosh, thank you, Paul,
said Sarah. No problem, said Paul. Just here to help. Jake was jealous because Paul look amazing but Sarah didn't notice. Suddenly, Mewtwo in the sky. Attention everyone! I have just beat Mewtwo and now I will destroy all humans! No one can stop me!
I can,
said Sarah, and Mewtwo laughed.
Ha 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 ha! How will you beat me when I am up here and you are down there? I will kill you from sky and you will not reach me!
He's right, said Jake, but then Umbreon grew big yellow wings and flew up to Mewtwo. What? Said Mewtwo.
How did you do that?
That is the whole readership's question. What? It was special modify,
said Umbreon. You talk too? Said Mewtwo, and then Umbreon used feint and attack, and it was super effective.
So Mewtwo used genetics on your Pokemon? I didn't expect this. I will have to retreat. But I'll be back for revenge,
said Mewtwo, and then he teleported away. No fair, said Jake.
How did that happen?
Asked Sarah.
Mewtwo gave me extra special genetics,
said Umbreon, then turned back to Eevee.
I am sorry for keeping secret. It's okay,
said Sarah.
But we need to find Mew3. We should train for next math. I'll get you, Mew3. Wonderful. Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop it. I said I wasn't a troll, okay? But thanks to people who liked it, I didn't mean for it to be funny. But I'm glad you like. Also, I got first real Pokemon game, Heart Goal, and it's pretty good, and I decided to put in elements from that game. Before, I only watched movies and TV shows, so it was a bit different, but still good. Why does Ash look different, though? Ash isn't in Heart Goal. Oh, wait, well, there's Rad, but, Alright. Alright, okay. Sarah, Jack, and Paul decide to hell out City and look for Survivor.
We should look for survivors,
said Paul sexily. Okay, said Sarah, and they look for servors. They didn't find any survivors there. They were looking for servers. Sarah was distracted by Paul's nice yeah and sexy bod and made Jake jealous.
Stop looking at me like that,
said Paul. Jake got idea.
Galad used telekinesis.
I think that's how it's spelled. And Galad put the buildings back together.
Good job,
said Jake, and they found some survivors and they rescued them, but they were sad because they found no servors.
I must go now,
said Paul.
There are more PPL that need help.
No, don't go, Mary Poppins. No, don't go, said Sarah. We need all the help we can get to beat Mew3. He's very strong.
Okay,
said Paul. Jake pulled Sarah aside and asked,
do you like Paul?
I guess so, said Sarah, and made Jake sad because he was in love with Sarah.
Do you like him?
Asked Cake. Maybe, said Sarah. Why?
Sarah, I love you,
said Jake. Really? Said Sarah.
Really?
Said Jake. And then they kissed. Author's note. Para, what? Paul is 13 in this story, so it's not weird, okay?
We need to find Mewtwo,
said Paul.
My Galad has physic powers,
said Jake, and Galad used psychic powers to find Mew3. You can only find Mew3 with psychic powers.
He is in the Belt Hour, but it is far away to teleport to, so we will have to drive there on motorcycles,
said Galad telepathically.
I will give you motorcycles and card games,
said one of the survivors who owned a motorcycle shop who they rescued earlier. Sarah, Jake, and Paul drove fast as wind and got to New Barkton and saw Salamence there.
What is Salamence doing here?
I am super clone made by Mew3. I am second only to Mew3, and I am second in command, said Salamence. I will be making sure you never redodge Mew3. Die!
Chapter 6.
Author's note. Everyone, there is plot twist in chapter. Not gonna spoil it for you though. Okay, thanks.
Salamence clawed Sarah in face, and Eevee turned Vaporeon to stop it, but Salamence used dragon bread on it and hurt.
Ha ha ha.
Say Salamence.
You are weak and will die. No!
Said Sarah.
I won't let you kill!
But Salamence attached Paul and Jake before sent out Pokemon, and they were lie on ground.
You can't stop me,
said Salamence. Edward Cullen.
Now you will die.
But suddenly Sarah started to glow. Sarah was right on.
What's happening to me?
What? What? Said Jake and Paul.
Sarah, you are escape genetic experiment from Mew3. You had Mewdan, so you could transform at will, but you forgot and was adopted by family. He mad you humans so you could live with humans but kill them when time. I control you now.
Then Salamence took out remote control and controlled Sarah.
No.
Said Sarah.
Now kill friends Jake and Paul.
Left Salamence evilly. Sarah charged Hyper Beam and aim at Jake. No, don't, say Jake. But Sarah couldn't stop it. But then Sarah think of how she loved Jake and didn't want to hurt him, so she shot at Tree and said,
What no?
Say Salamence.
Mind control will never defeat power of love.
Say Farah. Then Salamence turned into Jet.
If you won't kill friends, then I will for you.
But Sarah turned into Articuno and used Ice Beam because it was his weakness and Remote Destroy.
No.
And fainted. So you are genetic experiment!
I guess so,
said Sarah.
Come on, we have hurry!
And she turned into Aerodactyl, and they all got on and grew to Bell Tower.
I'll get you, Mew3! I'm sorry, I'm just imagining her like just doing a pterodactyl screech after all of her sentences. Alright, let's see. Can we survive chapter 7? Oh wow, this is promising already. Alright, instead of an author's note, it's an author's mode, or morning, AM. Alright. This last chapter, everyone! Then it don't, though, I may make sequel soon. Okay, be careful making sequel. Oh, suddenly Sarah has a new name. Okay. Sarah to fly Bell Towel and say Mew3. Mew3, I challenge you to Pokemon battle!
Okay,
Saw Mew3.
I choose me.
And shoot black hole at Sarah. No! Say Sarah and dog. Roof, roof.
I will craft world without Pokemon trainers.
Said Mew3.
Humans make Pokemon slave and I hate that. Humans, I expect to see you again, but you will not get any way.
You kill Oak and Larry and Mewtwo and other people too, say Sarah.
You can't stop me. I will kill all humans so no one can be trainer.
Say Mew3. Sarah points. Shut up or I explode your head. And became Mewtwo too.
Impossible!
said Mewtwo. You born me, but now I kill you, said Sarah.
You may be me, but you are not level!
And uses Shadow Bill. It was super effect, but Eevee jumped in front and it didn't hurt him.
Why help, human?
Said Mewtwo. I am friend of Sarah, said Eevee. Mo 3 was confused, didn't understand why Eve helped Sarah.
What is friend?
Said Mew 3.
Friends are
Why help
people who
human?
nice to each other and help other and are.
Say Jake, but Mew 3 still not understand.
Now I will fight for Ren.
Then Jake send out Zoroark, which he caught but forgot to tell and it used Dark Plus.
Ow.
And said Mewtwo, then Sarah became Miss Drevis as opposed to Mr. Drevis. And Eevee Umberlin and hurt Mew 3 too. Mew 3 fought Big too, but couldn't.
No!
It hurts my ears! End fate. Terra was sad for Mew 3 and used Revive.
Why you do that?
Say Paul.
Why you do that?
Say Mew 3. Mew 3 humans shouldn't be killed. Say Eevee. Pokemon like train. Mew 3 was sad and mad and confused.
Sarah, I will not kill humans now.
Say Mew 3, and Sarah knew he wasn't Ling. Mew 3 flew into sky with sad face.
I will help humans now.
And teleport Awa.
You did it!
Sag Paul. Yay! Say Eevee. Then Jake and Sarah start kissing to celebrate.
Sarah, Jake, and Paul, you are heroes!
Yeah, Sarah, Jake, and
For you,
Paul.
the jolly good
Yeah. Say people and make a parade. Yeah.
The end.